CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Pat Stetzer and Ken Johnson getting ready for South Carroll Westminster at week 3. The players are heading out for the coin toss. While they do, we can talk about this matchup for just a moment. South Carroll is 1-2 entering, they're 1-1 entering county play. The Cavaliers lost last week to Linganore 42-3. But they do return a wealth of talented players from last year's squad. And second-year coach Mike Crumley has the Cavaliers excited about their chances to compete this fall. There's players to watch tonight from the matchup. Quarterbacks, Caleb Evans for South Carroll, Rory O'Connor for Westminster. 5 touchdown passes for Rory. Caleb Evans looking for his first one. Westminster now, the Owls are winless to start the season, with losses against Franklin and Frederick, but they were in both of those games on the road. So Coach Chris Basler, in his 6th season as coach, has a 41-13 overall record. And that was the coin toss there. And Westminster will receive, Speedy. So we talked briefly about just what to expect in a rivalry game, and we're going to pause for a second there because I believe we're going to have the national anthem momentarily, but they're going to huddle up here first. Just real quick, I mean, you've been in rivalry games like this, whether it was Liberty against South Carroll and Winterslow against Westminster. It just has a little bit of different flavor, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's more emotion. It means more to the players, and also the fans. The school. Everything's a buzz the week before.
Then not to mention it's the first county game of the season, so that's even more weight on it too.
Yeah.
So
Traditionally it used to always be the last, but it has just as much of an impact as being the first.
We're going to pause now for the Star Spangled Banner. Westminster's marching band with their rendition of our national anthem. We are a few moments away from kickoff week 3 in the Carroll County Athletic League. Again, we mentioned first county games. They're happening across the county tonight. Only Century is the lone team that doesn't have a county matchup. We got FSKA playing Winters Mill, Liberty taking on Man Valley. And this game, of course, South Carroll, Westminster. And Speedy, you mentioned it. I believe it's the 58th meeting all time between these two schools.
Right.
Westminster owns the advantage 35-21. Won last year's game 42-0. But prior to that game, South Carroll had reeled off a few wins. We know how good South Carroll's been in the last couple years.
Yes.
Last year, their regular season was ended on a good note, didn't start as well. A younger team, but returning a lot of guys from last year. How excited do you think they are to come on the road and go up against a good Westminster team like this?
Well, they've looked really good in their first 2 games. Despite the 1-1 record, they've played some tough opponents. So I think they're ready. I would be shocked if we don't see a really, really hungry team out of South Carroll.
And then same with Westminster, who's looking for their first win. Again, it was Frederick and Franklin, so 2 tough opponents. But they were in both of those games. I know you've been watching some of the tape and things like that. So
a lot of times that makes you battle tested, even though the results might not be what you want. You can't measure how much that's improving your players.
So here we go. South Carroll will be kicking right to left. Westminster on the receiving at the scoreboard side of Ruby Field. Westminster in the black uniforms, and South Carroll in the white.
All right.
Game on indeed, Speedy, and Westminster will take it and receive the kick inside the 10. This is Isaiah Sprinkle, and he is a threat. Every time he touches the ball, Isaiah Sprinkle down the near sideline, and no one's going to get him. So how's that for a start?
Wow.
Isaiah Sprinkle goes 90-plus yards on the opening kickoff. Wait, there is a flag. Oh, I see a flag on the far side at the 38-yard line, so hold on for just a second.
You hate to see that.
It's coming back.
Yeah, it's a holding penalty.
Back.
Well, you hate to see that, but...
It's true. Well, you don't hate it if you're South Carroll, but you hate to see it if you're Westminster. I was just going to say, Isaiah Sprinkle has scored 3 touchdowns already this year. You see the call. It was a hold during the return. He is fast. He is a threat every time he touches the ball. And he got good blocks on that one. A little bit too good of a block on that opening kickoff. So Westminster will have the ball, but it'll be back here by about the 28-yard line or so when we resume. So South Carroll catches a bit of a break, and Westminster commits a penalty on the first play.
Well, now that everybody's head's spinning,
yes,
everybody can take
Catch your breath.
a big sigh now and okay, let's play football.
Let's play football indeed. So it looks like Westminster will start on offense from the 28-yard line, and it's Rory O'Connor, number 11, the junior. Big shoes to fill, replacing the reigning CMSportsNet Player of the Year, Kyrese Walker.
Yep.
And he's handled the pressure pretty well so far. 5 touchdown passes.
Yes.
First play is a handoff. This is number 13, Jack Hitchcock, goes around the left side, picks up some yards on first down.
All right, some positive yards. Yeah, early on, it's so important. So important.
Establish that first drive.
Yes, it is.
Westminster a little bit of a quicker huddle. Pickup of about 4. Hitchcock again. And he finds some room to run. I think he might have the first down.
Very close, if not.
Oh, you're right. A little bit short. Should be 3rd down. 2 good runs there to start this drive, Speedy.
Yes, it is.
Both by Jack Hitchcock, a junior for Westminster.
I'm sure Coach Bassler is glad to see his offensive line getting to a good start.
No doubt about that, a former lineman himself.
Yes, sir.
Here is a pitch back. And they're going to look like he got back to line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the play. And that's a hold on Westminster, so we're going to back that up. I don't think he got the first down, so I guess if you're South Carroll, you want to back this up for the field position, but either way, it's going to be 3rd and long now, I think. Yeah, it'll be a 3rd about 11.
Yeah, that's where you don't want to be. Just 3rd and 11, no matter where you are on the field. especially when you're mainly a ball control team. Let's see what they have here.
Third and long. Rory O'Connor is yet to throw the ball. Maybe this is a chance. South Carroll might want to bring some pressure. Rory O'Connor is in the shotgun, and he will throw. And out to the sideline, and a nice
play. Great, right at the stick.
Braden Troop, one of their leading receivers. I think he is a leading receiver, and that's enough to move the chains.
Yes,
nice job.
Excellent timing route. Great pass. Perfect route.
Troop knew exactly where he had to get, right past the sticks. A nice throw right into our camera there. And Troop makes the catch right on the sideline.
Well done.
Yep. So the first test passed by Westminster's offense. The ball's up to a 39-yard line. Fresh set of downs.
What's amazing is I'm watching Westminster and I'm seeing a single wing football.
Does it give you memories?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
This is Hitchcock again. Let's see if he can get around the left side. South Carroll does a better job that time shutting that block. That was Connor Harris, the tight end, who was trying to block for Hitchcock. Instead, South Carroll makes it just a short yardage play, and it'll be second and long. I see 58 out there. Let's take a look at Westminster starting offense. Hitchcock, Guido, the fullback, Sprinkle and Troop, and Harris, the pass catchers, and some big guys up front. Dunn, Triplett, Ethan Barry, Wengert, and David Girding. They've got some size up front.
Big boys.
Get the run game going will be key. Second and long, and O'Connor will drop back to throw again. He's got Troop. He's also got Sprinkle over the top, and Sprinkle. Nice catch by Isaiah Sprinkle. He dropped that right in the bucket.
Perfect pass.
Right in the bucket.
Yep.
Down to the 35-yard line of the Cavaliers. That was a nice pitch and catch. Not even really a pitch, it was just a nice, nicely placed pass from Rory O'Connor.
Yeah, he hung in there tight because South Carroll brought some pressure there.
And they had the receiver fairly well covered.
Yes, they did.
First and 10 from South Carroll's 35-yard line. Hitchcock behind the line of scrimmage. Big hole on the left side. Tripped up at about the third 29. Gains of about 6 on first down. And right now, Coach, they are moving the ball fairly well against the South Carroll defense.
Yes, after that, they think about it, they've overcome 20 yards of penalties.
Yes, they have. Here's South Carroll starting defense. James Graham, one of their top returners on the line. You see the Rodriguez brothers at linebacker, Anthony and Manny and Landon Hamper, some wrestlers in there, some talented guys, Davey Snyder too. This is a handoff to Sprinkle. Nice tackle there. That was number 0. That's Anthony Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's one of them, right?
One of the Rodriguez brothers.
It looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
He sure did. It looked like they got enough for the first down, but Sprinkle could have gotten more on that play. Instead, it's a first down. Down to the 25-yard line.
Sprinkle on the jet sweep for Owls. First down.
First and 10, Westminster. First quarter, glad you're with us here for the CMSportsNet Game of the Week, Week 3. Between these old rivals. There's Jack Hitchcock
Another
again.
big hole.
Got behind his fullback, Guido.
Yep.
And did get about 6 more yards, so they're getting him in chunks here.
Yes, they're doing a great job.
Drive.
You could see that right guard pull on that play and the lead on that. He has a big boy to run behind.
Second and 4 for the Owls.
All right, first red zone.
Indeed. Hitchcock up to 4 yards a carry, 4 carries and 16 yards on this opening possession for Westminster. And a flag on this one. They give it this time trying to get his number 20, Nick Comfer, but instead the play is stopped and there's a whistle and a flag. Yeah. It's actually offside on South Carroll encroachment, and it's a first down, enough for a first down. So South Carroll's first mistake results in a Westminster first down, and now the ball is down inside the 15-yard line. Not quite first and goal, but getting closer here. Line of scrimmage about the 13 or so. And Westminster on the move on this opening drive. Nick Comfer, that was number 58, James Graham on the stop. I just mentioned him on South, pardon me, out 68 for South Carroll.
Yeah, so far it's just been power football. The Westminster's run game has been very, very, very consistent. Either doubling down and using that blocking back and pulling another lineman with them. So there's a lot of bodies going towards the point of attack.
Yeah, absolutely. That was Wyatt Tegler, the tackler there, senior lineman for South Carroll. There's O'Connor on the slant. And that's going to be hauled in. Braden Troop. And that's good for a touchdown.
First score of the game.
Westminster touchdown with 5:51 to go in the first quarter. O'Connor to Troop.
Let's see if they can handle this PAT here.
PAT is upcoming.
Good protection.
Looks good from here.
Yep,
And
kicks
it is
good.
up and good with 5:51 to go.
Well, that was a very, very efficient first drive.
Yes, it was. Trevor Wallace, the junior kicker for Westminster, boots it through. Braden Troop with a couple nice catches in that drive, the one to extend the drive, then that slant pattern from about 12 yards out or so. Westminster, an impressive start, Speedy. That's what you want to see if you're on Westminster sideline. Is okay. We made a mistake on the kickoff. We didn't let it. And then another hold a couple plays later, and we didn't let those two things get in the way.
Yeah, to overcome both of those holding calls, that's quite an accomplishment straight out of the gate.
They can be killer. Yeah, you had all that momentum, all that juice on that opening kickoff.
Yes.
Oh, it gets called back. Now what do we do? Well, they answered pretty well. And we'll see if South Carroll can respond on their first offensive possession upcoming here. And Connor Harris will take the kickoff duties here. See him there, number 10. Back deep for the Cavaliers might be Anthony Rodriguez. The numbers are a little tricky to see. Actually, I can't really tell who that is.
It's pretty hard to see.
We'll get him in a second. Yeah, the numbers are switched up here on the jerseys. Harris puts his foot into it. And right at about the 5-yard line, South Carroll will take it. Pretty good tackle and swarm to the ball there for Westminster special teams. And it wasn't Rodriguez. I just couldn't see who it was there on the cap. We'll get him at some point here. But here comes South Carroll's offense. Caleb Evans, the senior. Anthony Rodriguez and Manny Rodriguez in the background. A lot of talented pass catchers there. Jake Miller, Braden Yeager, their leader a year ago. And then you see their line: Tegler, Govier, Graham, Barger, and Sullivan Kennedy. Evans played all of last year at quarterback. They won their last 3 regular season games, had a little bit of mojo at the end of the year, got better as the season went on, and he returns after 1,000 yards. And his first play is a pass out in the flat to Anthony Rodriguez, and a pretty good positive play on first down.
Oh, yeah, very good play.
Evans and Liberty's Chase Miller, the only 2 quarterbacks returning with 1,000-yard seasons from a year ago. So Evans got, he learned in the fire last year, started 0-7. Or 0-6, I think, maybe, yeah.
0-6,
and then
right.
won their last 3 and then lost their playoff game to, I believe, Williamsport. But that's last year. Now South Carroll brings back a lot of players from last year. They want to make sure they take a step forward under Mike Crumley in his second season as South Carroll's coach. And here's Evans in the shotgun. This is a handoff to Rodriguez. Gets around Comfer in the backfield, and he has enough, I believe, for a first down. So nice run there by Rodriguez.
Yeah, I think he got just over right around the 35. Yeah, that'll be a first down.
Moving the chains already, Rodriguez. With a catch for 5 and a run for 6. So he has all 11 of their yards. Here's Westminster's defense with Kehoe Dunn and Girding down on the dirt, and then 3 linebackers and 5 defensive backs. Hayden Turner, Rakeem Warfield, Jack Hitchcock back there, and Nick Comfer.
Yeah, they play that 3-safety format. It's very adaptable.
This is Manny Rodriguez now, and Comfer tackled him, but Rodriguez did carry him forward for a couple yards. We talked about it right before we came on, Speedy, about how if those two guys can get going all year, South Carroll's offense can really be a load for some of these opposition teams.
Yes, they can. High school football, it's still about running the ball. And, it's just, if you can keep that production going and actually gain efficiency and productivity as the year progresses, you're going to have a great year.
Yeah, and Comfort made a nice job there, but tackled him high, and that's a tough place to tackle a guy like Manny Rodriguez. So he was able to get 2 yards there. Now the Rodriguez brothers come back in the backfield, flanking. And we got a flag as this play goes on. We'll see what happened here, whether it was a illegal formation or not. There is a flag on the play. That run was good enough for a first down, but hold up. No,
not sure.
Side judge pointing to the defensive side of things. So hold on for a second. They're gonna maybe talk this over. I thought maybe it was legal shifts because they had the guys moving in the backfield.
Yeah, my first thought was either a legal shift or a legal formation.
It didn't look like a false start. No, it is on Westminster.
They'll probably,
I would say they would decline it.
Yeah, decline the penalty for sure. Take the first down.
Let's see. Yeah, Westminster lined up offside. Now let's see, is that a dead ball foul? Are they moving the ball forward? Now they're going to take the penalty. Oh, no, no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, I guess they are.
I'm not sure what they're doing.
I guess. All right, well, the clock is winding, and now it's 2nd and short. I thought that run was good enough for a first down.
It was, definitely. It was 2 yards over the 45-yard line.
Now it's 3rd down? I don't think that's right.
Should be 2nd down.
I think so, too. Screen pass.
Well, now it's
doesn't matter anyway.
Now it's first down.
That was a nice play. Little screen pass from Evans out near midfield, and regardless of what just happened, we got a first down now for South Carroll.
Number 3.
Jake Miller, I believe, for the Cavaliers. No, Braden Yeager, pardon me.
Sorry, yeah.
Braden Yeager. Again, and they're leading, actually the ball's up right up to midfield. So right at the midfield line, we got South Carroll on the move. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Westminster leads in this latest edition of the oldest rivalry in Carroll County. Anthony Rodriguez in motion, and the pitch is to Rodriguez going toward his sideline. South Carroll moving the ball pretty well here on these first few run plays.
I really like watching these Rodriguez brothers run when they get to that edge or they decide that they're at the point of attack. They square up those shoulders and they put it in another gear.
I'm not saying that Manny isn't quick, but Anthony is the quicker of the two, and Manny brings a little bit more of the boom. So it's a good 1-2 combo.
Yeah, they both have a very, very similar running style, though.
Low center of gravity as well. They're both wrestlers.
They never cross the line of scrimmage without their shoulders being square, which is huge.
2nd and about 6. This is a fake over the middle.
Oh, just missed it.
Evans had number 2.
Just slightly overthrown.
Jake Miller. There was a little bit of pressure there. That was Jake Miller that time over the middle.
That was a perfect time for that, too.
It was, and there was some pressure coming from the far side by Westminster's defense, but Evans stood in there and delivered a pretty good pass, just a little bit too high for his receiver. Otherwise, that was a touchdown.
Yep. You got to take your shots, and it's not going to always connect on those long balls, but you have to do it to keep the defense honest.
And that did just that. But now South Carroll, with the clock stopped, faces a 3rd and long 5. I'm going to call it 6.
Yeah, and they're in that.
I'll call it 5. 3rd and 5. Yeah,
they're in that kind of no man's land too.
Yes, even though they're on the plus side of the 50.
Yes.
Westminster.
That's encouragement. There's first down.
Westminster jumped.
Yep.
If it's not a first down, it's really close.
Yep.
And they called it. So there was a flag on that play, and it's a jump by Westminster. So a little antsy here in the first quarter. You can't blame sometimes. I know Coach Bowser doesn't want to hear that, but you're amped up, right? You're amped up for the first county game. You can see it right here.
Yeah, no coach wants to hear that.
I know. I can say it, but the coach don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
Yep. Multiple guys jumped there. So, it is still 3rd and short, so 3rd and inches here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, maybe not. Nope. White had official signals first down, so we are going to move the chains. I thought it was enough too. So
yeah,
we'll move
it was on the line.
We'll move the sticks. And South Carroll at the 40-yard line of Westminster. Oh, that time sniffed out well by Westminster. That might have been big 74.
Yeah, that was a counter play.
Aiden Wengert.
It just didn't fool anybody on the backside. Well, they thought it was the backside, and they were coming upfield hard.
Yep, Anthony Rodriguez.
Yep.
Yeah, that was 74. Nice job by Wengert.
Good penetration.
Sophomore lineman for Westminster, number 74, Aiden Wengert. And that puts South Carroll behind the sticks on second down.
Aiden made a nice play there.
He sure did. Now with South Carroll's got trips over here to the near side in a bunch. And it's a handoff to Anthony Rodriguez. But Westminster bottled that up pretty well. Boy, big 77 for Westminster. Not a guy you want falling on top of you if you're a South Carroll offensive player. Is that Timmy Johns? I want to say it is. Let's see. Yep, Timmy Johns, senior. Right there in the middle of your screen with his hands up in the air. It's a lot of guy up there for Westminster, big 77. And under 1 minute to go in the first quarter. And a third and long for South Carroll.
Big play.
Big play, yeah, even though we're early in this game. Evans will drop back to pass. Oh, there it comes. Yeah, there was some contact before the pass, or before the ball got to the receiver. I think that's a good call from the sideline. I think it's going to give South Carroll a first down. Tough pass to throw into that coverage, but I think the coverage got there before the ball and the receiver did. We'll see what they say. Pass interference. Now, high school, Speedy, am I right? Not automatic first down?
No. Yes, actually, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Almost definitely pretty sure.
Okay.
Almost I'm like 99% sure. Definitely pretty sure.
I think they're moving the sticks, so I think you're right.
But, I still think that should be the same penalty in the NFL. These 60-yard penalties they get. No. Does anybody know?
Right. No, they moved the chains. He may have gotten 15 yards anyway. Yeah. This is Manny Rodriguez into the line. That's might be the final play of the first quarter.
And they are getting close to that red zone.
They sure are. That was a game of about 3 as the final 5 seconds tick away, and we will switch ends. And that was a rapidly moving first quarter is in the books.
What? That was fast.
We like that. We like that, of course. And at the end of 1 quarter of play here in the old rivalry game, Westminster 7, South Carroll 0. But like Speedy just mentioned, South Carroll will be on the move to start the second quarter. Your thoughts quickly about what we watched. We saw Westminster drive down the field, overcome those 2 big penalties. South Carroll's got a pretty good answer going right here.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And it was important that they did have an answer for them. But even if they just got two or three first downs and they could at least flip the field and give them a long field, but they've gone way beyond that now.
And now, like you said, they're getting close to red zone territory.
Yes, they are.
That's just what you wanted if you're South Carroll, is to ball control. You mentioned ball control. Both of these teams, I think, want nothing more than to keep the ball, milk down that clock as much as they can. And, of course, convert and score touchdowns.
And I think that's why we both are sitting here going, that was a very fast first quarter. I know there were a few passes thrown. There were. But most of them were completed.
Yes, they were. And then only a couple penalties. So,
so that's going to equal a fast game.
Well, so
very
far.
Fast. Yeah.
So far. So South Carroll took advantage of that penalty. They get themselves a first down on 3rd and long. And as we resume play here and start the second quarter, it's going to be a 2nd and about 8 from the 26-yard line of Westminster. South Carroll headed toward the concession stand side of Ruby Field here, left to right on the screen. And this is a run to the left side. Davey Snyder, number 17, a sophomore running back. Had a good freshman wrestling season for the dual meet state champion Cavaliers, and he's out for his sophomore year on the varsity. And it's going to be a 3rd and long again here. Westminster's defense trying to stand tall. South Carroll, to me anyway, Speedy, proving that it does have more than one weapon here on this
for sure
offense.
Very much so.
So here we go, 3rd and long. Receiver in motion. Evans looking to throw. He's going back to the post with Miller.
Oh!
I was waiting. There was a hand around the hip. Yeah, I was waiting for that one. I didn't want to say anything just yet. There's a flag on this play. That may be in the area of holding. That was Raheem Warfield, one of the senior defenders for Westminster. Let's see what they call. Well, wait a minute. Did they wave that off? No. Yep, pass interference. Okay. It's a first down. So, yes, pass interferences are first downs, because that would have been not enough. It is enough this time. That's half the distance. I would think now you're inside the gold zone almost, right?
Yep. The gold zone.
I guess that's inside the 10. I mean, not quite yet. Still a red zone play here. So, first and 10. 5 penalties for 45 yards for Westminster in that first quarter. Evans keeps it.
Yep, that's a rarity.
That was a good job by Westminster's defense to bottle that up. Let's see who comes out of the pile there. It's 56 for the Owls. Ryan Dunn, junior lineman.
Yeah, their D-line has played very well so far. South Carroll's found some tough going on the between the tackles.
The interior for sure.
Yeah, but in the perimeter they're having a lot more success.
Well, they've got some of that speed. They can try to get around those big bodies in Westminster. Second and about 9, looks like, at the, I don't know, 13 or so of Westminster. Man in motion again. Slant pass incomplete, little high, trying to get it to his receiver, Jake Gillis, another sophomore. So 10 sophomores on this roster for Mike Crumley and the Cavaliers. 14 seniors, 10 juniors, 10 sophomores. It's good balance.
Yes. That's 20 players returning next year.
Yeah, you would hope, right? And that bodes well for the future. And that incomplete pass, however, doesn't bode well for this drive, as we got 3rd and 9 coming up here. They are in a good scoring range. They do have a good kicker. They've had a couple kickers on the roster so far. We had a game of the week last year at Winters Mill where Kenan Hunter came off a soccer game, got to the football game as their kicker, and sent the game into overtime with a 40-yard field goal. Anyway, this is 3rd and long. Evans trying to hold on to it, keep it. He's going to get swallowed up. Can't hold the ball that long, but it was good coverage downfield by Westminster. Probably the safe play that Evans held on to.
He had nowhere to go with that. Now, what are they going to do here?
Evans coming over to his sideline to get the play. This might be in that no man's land too if they don't have the kickers they want out there. Hadn't seen Kenan Hunter. He wasn't listed as a starter. He's on the roster, but I don't know if he's not healthy or what have you. But anyway, it's 4th down and South Carroll's going for it.
There you go.
4th and about 14. They don't need to score a touchdown to get a first down, but it's really close. The line holds to the pylon. It's going to be out of bounds. Incomplete pass, and if he had caught it anyway, I think he was going to be out of bounds.
Yes, he was.
And Westminster holds them, and it's a turnover on downs for South Carroll, and Westminster's offense will get the ball back. Good job there by South Carroll to bend but not break.
Yes, yeah, in Westminster, yes.
Or Westminster, pardon me, yeah.
Yes.
South Carroll got inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah. Their defensive front played very well there, and their secondary. Actually, their coverage was really good that entire drive. All right, now this is a big series of downs here for South Carroll's defense.
Yeah, because field position is on their side here if you're talking about defense.
Yep. Want to keep if they can force a 3-and-out.
And try to get the ball back.
Yes.
Absolutely. Westminster.
Now, this is only the 3rd possession, and we're already in the 2nd quarter.
Yes. Don't jinx it, Speedy. Oh, and a nice job there. Good start for South Carroll with Jack Hitchcock on the run. And South Carroll made some adjustments.
That was one of the Manny. That was Manny.
That was Manny and Landon Hamper, number 8. Doing a good job there, and that put Westminster behind the chains. Here's a replay, and you can see how the linebackers did a good job getting right through that gap. Really nice job.
Yes, they did. Both of them.
Manny and Landon Hamper there, a couple of wrestling teammates.
That's right. Mr. Hamper is another wrestler.
Yep, and a state champ from a year ago. 2nd and about 13 now for the Westminster offense. There's pressure by James Graham. O'Connor doesn't see it, and down he goes. give James Graham the sack.
Yes, he did.
Nice job by the senior.
Well, now you force them into down in their backed up.
Well, this is exactly what you said they wanted.
Third and long.
Third
this is
and
what
long.
they wanted.
Actually, O'Connor did a good job just to get back toward where the line of scrimmage was because Graham came right around the side. One of his own friendly fire from one of the receivers there. Well, that was Jack Hitchcock actually was right in the way.
Well, give an assist.
Give an assisted tackle.
Yeah, give an assist.
So third and long. And South Carroll, if they hold, they can stand to have good field position. There's pressure from the outside. Oh, what a grab. Was that caught on the sideline? Yes, it was.
Wow.
Braden Troop.
Wow.
O'Connor. Oh, there's a flag in the backfield.
Oh, Lord.
There's a flag in the backfield.
That usually either means it's one of two things. It's holding or it's roughing the passer.
What a catch by Braden Troop. Right at midfield, but there is a flag on the play, and it's holding. Coming back. So Westminster getting in its own way here to start this first half. Nice throw and catch on that play. But if you're South Carroll, you will accept this penalty, make it half the distance, and push them back even further. Nice job by O'Connor to get rid of that ball.
Oh, I'd tell you, he's been very accurate today. I mean, especially on the longer passes.
Absolutely.
I mean, they have just been, he's just been dropping them right in there.
So now you're talking about third and about 18 or 19. And you're in the shadow of your own end zone, so you got to be careful here.
Yeah, his heels are 2 yards from the end zone.
He's in the end zone on this play. He throws one out in the flat. That's a catch, but he's actually called incomplete. Even if he had caught it, he's down because you're down by contact, and that will be a job well done by South Carroll's defense. Now they benefited from the holding call, but South Carroll stands.
Yes, they did.
And they'll get the ball, figuring to get the ball near midfield after this punt.
You know, that's funny, but that holding penalty, you know, it's a 10-yard penalty, but it's also only half the distance to the goal line.
Right.
But what we all forget are those yards that you just lost.
Yeah, they
you potentially gained.
They were in mid, that's a 40-yard swing. They were in midfield.
Yes, it was. So you add it up, it's like a 45-yard penalty.
This is Braden Troop, who now really is closing in on the back end of his end zone. He'll get this snap to punt. And that is Anthony Rodriguez, but that punt is off the side. And
well, there you go.
And not too bad of a roll.
Good call.
And Rodriguez picked it up. He's allowed to pick it up and go with it.
Yes, he is.
I think the ball stayed in bounds. And South Carroll will start with pretty good field position here on the plus side of the
That's what they wanted.
50, absolutely.
That's what they
that drive right there, that sequence right there couldn't have gone any better for South Carroll. Again, they benefited from that holding call, but still, very good job by the Cavaliers defense there, Speedy.
Yep, now they need to get some points out of this to tighten it up a little bit.
And here comes South Carroll's offense yet again. So Caleb Evans will bring the offense back out. And let's see if the Cavaliers can take advantage of this field position. It's inside the 30-yard line. That's Manny Rodriguez up the middle. He gets a few yards. I saw Tim Johns in there, big 77. One of the Owls to meet Mr. Manny, who missed almost all of last season with an injury. He hurt himself in the first week, and it was a big blow to South Carroll's success on offense, and they were very happy. We visited them during August when we did our training camp, season previews, and they couldn't say enough about how it was just great to have a guy like Manny back for his senior year.
He's a difference maker.
He certainly is. Second and about 8. There's a wide receiver, sheds a tackle. That's a catch made and stepped out of bounds. Give that catch to 16, Angelo Marchani. That was dangerously close to Westminster defenders there, but Marchani hauled it in. And it'll be third and about, we'll call it a long 2, maybe a short 2.
It's a long one or a short one. Long one or a short 3.
Whether you're short 3, whether you're a glass half full guy or not, right?
Exactly. Take a sip and figure it out later.
Westminster just had Xavier Howard come off with what appeared to be a little bit of an upper body injury. He's getting worked on the sideline there. Anyway, it's third and short for South Carroll, halfway home in the second quarter. The Cavaliers looking to convert this third down. Cut back is Anthony Rodriguez. I thought he had room to run. He does, and he's into the end zone. Let's see. I'm sorry. Nope,
just
down.
Short. It looks
just
like the
down.
one.
It looked like he got
one.
I thought he dove in, but you're right. He is down at the 1 yard line. Nice cutback by young Anthony Rodriguez. You'll
very
see a replay
patient
here.
Very patient run.
Because he had a defender in front of him, Speedy, and he made a try to cut back to the left.
Comes
right
down, very
there.
patient, very patient. Sees the seam. Yep.
Look at a little jump step in basketball, and I thought he got in, but you're right. He's down about the 1 yard line. First and goal, South Carroll at the 1 yard line. And the field position might pay dividends here for the Cavaliers. The give is to Manny Rodriguez. Ooh, he gets stood up there. Nice job by Westminster's defense. 3 guys swarmed to him. Gabe Lee, 25, one of the linebackers that started, was partly in on that tackle, and that's going to be a no gain. It's a good job by Westminster on that play.
Well, now this is a perfect opportunity for a little play action pass, a little roll action.
Even at the 1, huh? You like that?
Sure do.
Idea?
Yeah, your ball's on the left hash. You've got a right-handed quarterback. You got the right side of the field to deal with. Perfect timing. Nope.
They give it up the middle, and I don't think he got it. No. He did not. That was Manny Rodriguez again. So you mentioned this a few possessions ago. You know, trying to go into the interior of this line is not an easy task.
No, it is not. Absolutely
not. Now
not.
you're looking at 3rd and goal from the bottom.
No, you're not going to move those guys. They're considerably larger than South Carroll's offensive linemen. And they're playing well. They're playing low. They're holding their ground. They're not taking chances. They're being disciplined. Yeah, it's tough running inside against these guys.
This play, they're like this is a long time. They got 10 seconds to call this play. I see the back judge with his hand up. Now it's 5, 4, 3, 2, and there's going to be a timeout.
No.
Yeah, they call it timeout. It took a long time to get that play, but that's okay. You got 3 of these to burn, so there goes the first one of the first half, and it's South Carroll's timeout with 3:46 remaining. And the line of scrimmage looks like it's about the 2 yard line, so they pushed them back a little bit here. So Westminster standing tall right now on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and this will be 3rd and goal from inside the 5 yard line. Now, you like the pass. Would you also look at maybe potentially a...
See, I liked it on 2nd down. I don't like it too much on 3rd down.
I was going to ask if you like the QB sneak, or are you a little bit too far away?
Well, again, I don't know if you can move those guys.
That's fair.
You know? I mean, I don't know. Of course, it's great to be the play caller sitting up here.
Yes, absolutely. So here we go, 3rd and goal. And it is to keep Evans. He did not. He did get a yard. He got back to the 1. Great job by Westminster. They did have Evans keep it.
Very disciplined, yep. Very good job.
Here's a replay. Nice job by Westminster. That's Nick Comfort, number 20. We mentioned his name a couple times already. And let's see, this is another time that South Carroll's taking a long time on this play. Here they go to the line of scrimmage, so here we go, Speedy, the biggest play so far. 10 seconds, should be good. 4th and goal. Manny is in. That time he got in.
Wow.
4th and goal.
Wow.
At the 1 yard line, it's a Manny Rodriguez touchdown. And South Carroll.
That was some tough sledding those last those last 8 yards, 10 yards. Actually, the last 2 yards.
Yeah. And they went backward for a couple plays there, but that time not to be denied. Credit South Carroll's line for getting just enough push. And this is Caleb Evans, who is kicking here for South Carroll. So Evans will attempt to tie the game with an extra point. And kick is no good.
This was wide right.
Little pressure there from Isaiah Taylor, I think, on the far side. I don't know if that affected the kick, but nonetheless, could be a big miss there as we are still early going here with 2:53 to go in the second quarter. Westminster holds the lead 7-0.
7-6.
7-6, pardon me, 7-6.
Got to put
zero in terms of the PAT is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that also doesn't make coaches happy when you miss those PATs.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
They're high school kids. But
well, it's like if you don't have a kicker and you have to go for two,
yes.
It's the whole deal. Like if you don't get the first 2-point conversion, then you're just playing from behind the whole time.
Yeah, you don't want to be chasing points, right?
Nope. No, you don't.
Quick check. We have another broadcast going on for you over at Winters Mill across town. Francis Scott Key and Winters Mill are about the same spot we are, and no score yet.
No score.
Eagles and Falcons. And we kick off here, and that one flies out of bounds. So Westminster now has a chance to take advantage.
So they'll get it, 35, I believe, right?
Now, we thought that too. In week one, I think we saw this happen, and it went to the 40. So I think they might have changed that. It's funny you said that. Randy Pence joined me in the first week, and he and I both thought it was the 35. And
yes.
Turns out, I think, maybe we thought it was the 40, and it is the 35. I could have that wrong. Let's see. Let's just wait and see what they do when they put the ball down. Looks like you were right. I should have never doubted you, Speedy. I should have never doubted you. Anyway, we thought it was the 40, I think, and it turns out it's the 35. But that's still a pretty good position for Westminster's offense. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
All right, 2:53. It's enough time, even for a ball control offense.
Oh, plenty of time, yeah.
That's the first time I've seen him in the pistol.
That's a toss back to Nick Comfer. He gets taken down right around the 40-yard line. I think that was Comfer's first run of the game. That was a good taken out there right at the 40 by South Carroll. But a pickup of about exactly five actually on first down, so a good run from the Owls. 2.5 minutes to go before halftime.
Sure looked like he got more than 5 yards, didn't it?
He got knocked out of bounds. He did, but I think he got knocked out of bounds right near that 40-yard line. But yes. O'Connor in the shotgun, gets the snap. Looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle. It's caught. Braden Troop.
Right on the money. I'm very impressed with this young man.
Taken down by Landon Hamper, but not before a big pickup there. 15 yards and a first down for Westminster. 1:55, the clock will run. And the Owls have all their timeouts, so like you said, Speedy, plenty of time. O'Connor back to throw. Tipped pass. Looking to get it to Isaiah Sprinkle, and a nice job there by South Carroll's defense. That was Davey Snyder, number 17, one of the linebackers. Nice job.
Very accurate tonight.
Yeah, and he had Sprinkle open.
Yep.
And a good job there by Snyder, sticking the paw up.
Very good.
That stops the clock and makes it 2nd and long. From the 40 of South Carroll. That pass is caught.
Excellent blocking.
Gets
on that
away
screen.
from a would-be tackler. I think that might have been 18. That's Kenton Rudders, if I'm not mistaken. It is a senior receiver.
That was almost perfect execution of a bubble screen. That was really well done.
We got a South Carroll player down for a moment. It's 55, I believe. One of their linemen. He rolled over on his back. I couldn't quite see it, but you talked about accuracy. There it was. Rory O'Connor, 5 for 6.
Yeah. I mean, and actually, one called back. That would be 6 of 6.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the first one, that was his first incomplete, was that tip pass right there. Otherwise, like you said, he had it. How impressed are you? Because what I wanted to say was, going into this game, I'm not mistaken, the stats had him as 21 for 55. So that accuracy has not been there for the first 2 weeks. Not the case tonight.
Yeah, that's surprising, actually.
They had to throw a lot in a couple of those games being behind, but still, I mean.
Yeah, a lot of times, too, you know, protection has a lot to do with it.
Sure. Not the accuracy you want, but tonight you can't really complain. 5 for 6 for 67 yards and 1 touchdown pass.
That's a good first half of work.
Absolutely. And looking for more here inside the 30-yard line.
You know, especially in this kind of game.
Yeah, so far points have been in the premium. South Carroll's injured player came off the side. The clock runs now, 65 seconds and counting. And that pass is caught, but a flag was thrown on the far sideline, so hold on. Pass caught by 14, John Davia. Let's see what happened here. Oh, yeah, looked like it might have been a false start. Yep. Braden Troop, I think, got a little antsy. So they'll back him up 5 yards. Wipes out the catch by Davia. Still plenty of time there. You see the call, the false start. 56 seconds, and I believe all 3 of your timeouts still, so a lot of time left in this half. Oh, the clock will run, so.
Yes, it will. There it goes.
50 seconds to go. O'Connor into triple coverage. Oh, Canton Rudders caught it. What a catch.
Oh, my goodness.
Canton Rudders goes up with 3 defenders around him and comes down with the football.
This is a beautiful play.
It's a great throw, and he didn't even, look at that, 3 defenders.
He went up and got that ball.
He sure did. You see Coach Basler right down by about the 10-yard line. Put his hands up, and this gives South Carroll a chance to go up by 8. What a catch by Rudders. And he's one of the returning receivers from a year ago. Wallace, extra point is good. And that gives the Owls still 1 possession, but an 8-point lead. How about that play?
That was a thing of perfection.
O'Connor has been on. He has been on tonight in this first half. Great catch by Rudders.
So what did you say, 21 of 55?
That's what we had it as the stats submitted to us from Westminster. The accuracy was not the best, but tonight, 7 for 8 for 112 yards.
And 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns,
right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, make somebody's fantasy team happy right now.
So he's over 100 yards. Give Rudders 2 catches for 45. Not a lot of rushing yards yet, but Westminster has found something against this South Carroll defense. Now South Carroll will get the ball to start the second half, I believe.
Yes, because Westminster was that first drive.
Right. That's right. And I think South Carroll, unless something crazy happens here. He went down, either he slipped or he fell down. I mean, or he went down. Looked like he might have slipped. That was Marchani. And that might indicate what South Carroll wants to do here with 31.5 seconds left.
This field has always gotten slippery as soon as the sun goes down. Always.
There's that play again. I mean, it goes right. I mean, credit
up
runners to go up to get it because I mean you couldn't put it in a better spot.
Nope.
South Carroll wasn't going to get a pick there. Maybe an incomplete pass, but man, Canton Rudders, not bad for his first big catch of this game.
Not bad at all.
Goes for 30-plus yards and a touchdown. And let's see what South Carroll does here. Well, Evans is back in the shotgun. And he's going deep. Oh, he had a man. He had Jake Miller. So they weren't messing around there. They were going for it, at least try to get it near the 50-yard line. They've had that play, Speedy, a couple times tonight. Just Evans a little bit overthrown. They tried that one on their last drive and just missed. And Miller had him beat. He had Warfield about a step on him.
It's been the difference tonight.
So far, yes, sir. 24.8 seconds to go. Evans back to pass. He's pressured and he goes down. And that'll probably do it.
Yes, that will. That's a tough ask. Seconds left.
Noah Paisley, number 6, linebacker for the Owls, started that sack and wrapped him up, and the clock runs out on the first half. I kind of like the idea of taking that shot on first down.
Oh, yeah.
Once you got past that one and they wrapped you up, that's pretty much curtains on the first half.
Yep, it's been the difference in the game.
So there you go, our halftime score, Westminster 14, South Carroll 6. Quick thoughts on what we've seen so far in the first half, Speedy.
That sums it up, that last drive right there.
Right.
The big difference has been that Westminster's been able to convert the longer pass plays. Yep. And South Carroll, it's been so close, but it's a difference in what we're seeing so far and the 8-point difference in the score. Very close game. I think it's two extremely evenly matched teams. South Carroll's got to figure out, though, what they're going to do against that big defensive line of Westminster's. I think that's their biggest challenge at halftime, to figure out how they're going to use their ground game and attack Westminster's defense.
We'll come back and talk more about what we expect in the second half. We're going to step away and hear from our sponsors, but don't go away. There's more CM SportsNet Game of the Week coming right up.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CM SportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Hi, I'm Pat Stetzer. Each week, CM SportsNet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishments.
CM SportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes Bollinger Insurance and by Raising Cane's.
My name's Cooper Sheeler. I'm a senior at Winters Mill, and I'm here interning at the Community Media Center. I recently saw this opportunity because I was playing football over at Winters Mill, and I saw the Community Media Center filming and broadcasting a couple of our games. So I thought that was a really cool way to connect with the community, and I really wanted to be a part of that. Pretty much what I do throughout the day is I help with graphics throughout their Game On segments and Game of the Week, and I also help out prepare stats for all the seasons, the spring and the winter and the fall. I update all of those, and I pretty much go around and I can just help out. I can help out at games when they're preparing for a game of the week. I've done a couple podcasts here at Community Media Center. I would highly recommend people come in here for an internship. It's a lot of fun. The people that work here are really nice, and you get to experience a lot of cool things that you've probably never done before.
You can help shape the future. Attend the Kiwanis Youth Leadership Forum. Join us on October 1st at 6:30 p.m. in the Exploration Commons at the Westminster branch of the Carroll County Public Library for a community forum on youth leadership education. Learn from experienced professionals about the essential leadership skills young people need to succeed, including problem solving, communication, and teamwork. Investing in youth leadership education is vital for building a stronger community. It empowers young people to become active citizens, solve complex problems, and create positive change. Kiwanis has a proven track record of empowering young people to become positive forces in their communities. Join us to learn how you can contribute to this important work and help shape the future of our county. Kiwanis invites you to be part of this inspiring community event. Your participation will make a difference in the lives of young people.
Welcome back. Halftime here at Ruby Field. Westminster 14, South Carroll 6, our CMSportsNet game of the week. Pat Stetzer and Ken Johnson with you. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Speedy, and you talked about it right before the break. I mean, the ball control was great on both sides, and just the way that Westminster was able to hit on some of those big plays. And just as we look through these, I'll also mention that a ton of penalty yards for Westminster. They had a 90-plus kickoff return with a touchdown wiped out, and a 36-yard catch near midfield wiped out, and they're still up by 8 points.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. It's been the big play, and in particular the big pass play. Westminster has hit them. I mean, they've just been spot on, super efficient, excellent execution, and it's been at just the perfect times to have those plays happen. You know, again, we're looking at some of the plays right now.
South Carroll's just a little bit off.
Yeah,
right? That's a good idea right there.
I mean, the plays are there, and the routes are running. The receivers are open. The quarterback's getting the ball. It's just missing a connection just slightly.
They have been running the ball well with Anthony and Manny Rodriguez, and I think you're going to see South Carroll score a touchdown here in a play or two. They did a good job. Westminster did a good job bottling them up there, and that was that fourth down play.
Yes.
That Manny scored a 2 yards out. But Westminster, this play here late in the half, Rory O'Connor drops it right in. Canton Rudders, who hadn't had a catch until a couple plays before that, hauls in a huge play there, huge catch, and puts Westminster up 14-6, and then a big sack there right toward the end of the first half by Westminster. So that's where we stand. We'll take a look at the team stats through the first half, and there you go. South Carroll hasn't done much in terms of offense, but first downs are close, and really, like you mentioned, Speedy, the passing game is the reason that Westminster's up by 8 points.
What you're seeing there is two teams playing very good defense. I mean, even those pass plays that Westminster were able to hit, those receivers were very well covered.
There you go. You take a look at the quarterback so far. You mentioned what Rory O'Connor's been doing. 7 out of 8, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Little tougher for Caleb Evans so far, 3 of 7 for just 19 yards through the air. They've been that close a couple times on a couple big plays, so they are getting close to getting connecting on some of those plays to help move the chains and things like that. Let's go ahead and look at the matchups that are going on around the county. Carroll County Week 3 is underway. Speedy was frantically checking his phone for scores.
Yeah.
Smithsburg at Century tonight. FSK at Winters Mill. That game is at halftime. FSK leads 6-0. We have that game for you on our social media channels. Liberty at Man Valley, and of course our game here, South Carroll at Westminster. It's county play for the rest of the way. There's 7 teams, of course, so one team doesn't play a county game every week from here on out. Century is the odd man out this week, but they're looking for their first win of the season. So is Winters Mill. FSK is trying to go 3-0. They haven't been 3-0 for a while. There you go. There's the standings as through 2 weeks. It's been a while since Key was 3-0 a couple years back. Man Valley and South Carroll looking for their second win. And Century, Liberty, Westminster, and Winters Mill all winless. Again, only week 3, long way to go, but big weeks for everybody here to try to turn the table if you haven't gotten a win.
Yes.
And if you're still winning, keep it going. Here's some of the passing leaders from the county. You see Rory O'Connor there, and there it was, 21 of 55 before tonight's game. So a little bit better now.
Yeah, that percentage is definitely going to increase after tonight.
Rushing leaders, again, this is prior to week 3. Anthony Rodriguez, JT Ferguson of Century, Luke Phillips of Winters Mill, topping the way. 5 guys with 100 or more rushing yards. Both Rodriguez brothers over 100 yards through 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, basically that's what we're seeing here right now too.
Receiving leaders, there's Braden Troop. He was the county's leader going into play this week, and big Tristan West for Liberty. And take a look at Bryson Lookingbill at the bottom of the screen there, 36 yards per catch for the speedster transfer. And then some tackle leaders, the defense, Dom D'Amico from Century, Kevin Kern from Liberty, 2 of the 4 guys with 20 tackles, and Dom D'Amico had 7 tackles for loss. So good start around the county. We appreciate the coaches and teams who send us the stats. We can put together those highlights, those graphics for you to show you the leaders in the Carroll County Athletic League. I just mentioned to you that, the rivalry, of course, is that, but it's that first county game of the season is big. I'll get to that in 1 second, though. We are going to show you our most recent athlete of the week. It came from Francis Scott Key Girls Soccer. This player set a program record recently, and we stopped by to talk to her and give her the athlete of the week. All right, latest CMSportsNet athlete of the week, Abby Rieger, Francis Scott Key Girls Soccer. Abby, 5 goals last week in a pair of games. More importantly, though, I didn't know this, but a record breaker for you. Most goals, career goals, FSK soccer history. How does it make you feel when you hear that? You hear your name there. There's been very talented players, obviously, through the years, and now you're at the top of the list.
It's special. I mean, it's unreal. It doesn't really feel like anything quite yet. I mean, I don't know. It hasn't really hit me yet, but it's pretty cool.
When it was happening, did you have this in mind at all? Did anybody tell you, oh, you're getting close to the record? Because obviously you've been playing soccer for a while. Not that you look for those sorts of things, but did you know that it could be a possibility here early in the season?
Yeah, I knew a couple people were mentioning it around, so it was in the back of my mind, but I wasn't too worried about it.
And then when it happens, you get a lot of accolades, get a nice sign, and people were cheering for you.
Yeah.
Kind of a good thing, though, too, to maybe kind of get out of the way, right? Okay, now I did that. It's off the table. I can take a breath and get back to trying to help the team win. How's the first few weeks gone for you guys? I know the record is a little up and down, but you've been putting goals in the net, so a good start?
Yeah, definitely. We've improved a lot since the beginning of the season. And I think we're coming together. I mean, it's been a little rocky at times, but we come together and talk about it and get back on the field and work.
I saw that Coach was getting you and Kenzie Bancroft to sort of set up the drills ahead of time. She was telling me there's some good ideas to get some senior leadership. How have you sort of approached that role to be more of a leader on the field?
I've been working on it, definitely. I feel like it's a big thing to take leadership. So, I don't know, I've just been improving. Me and Kenzie have kind of been bumping heads on some drills and ideas and putting them on the field.
And you said it's been a good start to the season. There's county players about to pick up, and I know you guys want to be competitive and compete in those county games. What's it going to take for FSK and yourself to sort of, be more of a force in county play as you guys get ready for the rest of the regular season?
There's a term we use. It's called lock in.
Okay.
So we just gotta really lock in, and I don't know. We really gotta work out here and just put it towards the game.
What's the difference in those games as opposed to like you said, the county games? You get a couple games on the Walkersvilles and the Boonesboroughs before you get to the Centuries and South Carrolls. Is there a different mindset to approach the county games, or is it the same?
I mean, I think we're coming into the counties, and it's definitely a different mindset because we want to grow and we want to show the county what we got, and it's a little different for out-of-county games because I don't know, they don't really understand.
Yep. Hey, well, congrats on the great start to the season. Good luck the rest of the way. Abby Rieger, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes-Bollinger Insurance and by Raising Cane's.
Congratulations to Abby Rieger, our latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. First two from Francis Scott Key. We had Colton Feister the first week on football and Abby Rieger that week. Now I was getting to you before we got to that as the teams have come back to the sidelines, getting ready for the second half. I expect more of the same in the second half, but I was trying to ask you about just, the nerves are gone now, right? At the intensity of that it's the first county game. We're all pumped up. I think you'll see hopefully a little less of the penalties in the second half and a little more, see who makes some more adjustments to see who's going to get the win.
Yeah, I think the big thing is to me, it's South Carroll, how they're going to adjust right now. I think defensively they're fine, but offensively and how they're going to attack Westminster's defense, because they didn't have much production on offense, but they did move the ball on occasion enough to get that score and almost another score. So I think we're going to see more perimeter action. I think we're going to see more outside plays, especially in the run game out of South Carroll.
And we mentioned in the first half a bunch, you saw Chris Bowser there on the sideline getting ready for the second half. They were close. South Carroll was close on a lot of those passes. I know it doesn't count, and obviously they were incomplete, but we'll see. We'll see, like you said, we'll see if South Carroll gets back to the outside running, the perimeter running, and even tries to hit a couple passes. And they do get the ball to start the second half. So.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah,
if they can put
so.
together a drive here of at least if nothing more than field position drive, that'll be bode well for them for the second half.
This is Connor Harris. We'll kick off for Westminster, and I think that is Anthony Rodriguez back deep for the Cavaliers. It is Rodriguez.
Yes.
And he's out past the 25-yard line. So we mentioned that end of that first half was a big drive. We had a long way to go in this game, Speedy, but this is a big drive, I think, for South Carroll to try to establish themselves in this game. They don't want to fall behind by any more than 2 scores.
No, I completely agree.
And they had that great start, that great stop on defense, so they haven't played poorly.
No. Defensively, both teams have played lights out.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 to start this third quarter. Evans will hand off. This is Anthony Rodriguez. Wow, all the way, still going, all the way up past, or near the 50-yard line. Huge play to start things off for South Carroll.
Yeah, he bounced that out to the backside.
He sure did.
And yeah, that was all excellent vision and speed and power. That was a great run.
All the way up to the 49-yard line. So big carry for Anthony Rodriguez and the South Carroll offense. And they need some yards, right? They had a lot of offensive yards.
That might have been their biggest play so far.
It may have been. It may have been.
It's close to 25 yards.
Up to the 49 is the Cavaliers. Are the Cavaliers? That's bad English on me. I should have known better. Here's a handoff in the backfield. This is Manny Rodriguez, I believe. Yep. So getting back to what they were doing, that is Manny Rodriguez and the first down run. We saw this right off the bat with South Carroll on their first drive. They got down into Owls territory, and now they're in Westminster territory yet again.
Yep.
This hasn't been, the yards say it's been dominant on one team, but it hasn't been as bad as you think. I mean, Westminster's hit on a couple of those big plays. Now, South Carroll's fortunate about the kickoff return and on a couple other plays that got nullified on penalties, but second and 5, so
all right,
it's a good start here for South Carolina.
Here, that's an interesting down.
Another handoff. This is Manny Rodriguez. He ran into the backside of some guys, and Westminster's defense was not going to have that go very far. That's David Girding there, big Dave Girding, number 75, in the middle of that, and he lost a couple yards. And you see Drake Guijo there too, number 33, or 33 for Westminster. They clogged up that lane pretty quick.
Yes, they did.
So a big play there for the Owls defense. Now it's 3rd and a little longer for for South Carroll's offense. Passes, over the middle, off the hands of Jake Miller.
It's another one. Another
one close. There was some pressure there. I think that was Xavier Howard who made the nice play on defense for Westminster. And let's see what the Cavaliers want to do. That one had some little mustard on that pass there. It looked like from Evans, and I think South Carolina will punt.
Yeah, last thing they want to do is give Westminster a short field.
Yes, I think that's the wise call here.
Yes.
So South Carolina will punt with 9:24 to go. And Westminster 2 men deep. Here's the punt. Takes a good South Carolina bounce. Picked up on a hop though by Xavier Howard, I believe, and that's a good return. So Westminster does a good job there.
Yes, they did. That punt only netted 10 yards.
And that was Howard on the return there, number 4. So he had come off earlier with a little bit of an injury, it looked like, and he's back now. So good sign for the Owls. And Westminster takes over, 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Sprinkle in motion. O'Connor gives to Sprinkle. Manny Rodriguez says, no way. And there's a flag down on the sideline. Flag on the play here. Great job by Manny Rodriguez to blow that play up. That's a false start. I think I might, or illegal motion, whatever it was. I declined it, I think, if I'm South Carroll. Let's see here.
Yeah, they lost at least 4 or 5 yards, didn't they?
Check out Rodriguez blow this up.
Yeah, he's just.
And Sprinkle can fly, and that's a great tackle by Manny Rodriguez. Be careful there. Don't get the taunting call.
Yep. Don't look too long.
Yep, declined it. That's probably the smart play.
Oh, for sure. Look, oh my gosh, they lost 10 yards.
You're 2nd and 20 now.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge play by South Carroll's defense. This is what we expected, right? A couple rivals going toe-to-toe here.
Yep.
Second and long now for Westminster. The line to gain is the 48, and they're back at the 29, 28, so yeah, 2nd and 20. There's a pass caught by Troop, made one man miss. Got some of the yards back. Good job by Troop. Knocked out by one of the guys who knocked him out was Nicholas Pizzuto, number 21 over here on the near side. He's a junior. But Westminster's still behind the sticks. 3rd and about, we'll call it 13 at the 35-yard line. It's a big play for South Carroll's defense.
Yes, it is. It's huge. Looks like they're only going to rush 3.
They do bring.
No, they brought 2.
Down the near sideline.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah, he's out of bounds. It's incomplete anyway. Tough play there. Tough catch to make. John Davia tried for it.
Now here's a question for you. If he was out of bounds, oh, they throw a flag. If he's out of bounds, could you have pass interference on a receiver that is out of bounds?
I would say no.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it would be a no.
That was Angelo Marchani on the coverage.
Again, well covered. That time just didn't quite convert.
I don't know if that was a flag or not, but if it was, they picked it up, I think. Yeah. So 4th down, and South Carroll's defense holds. Westminster don't have enough guys on the field. They do now. That's always fun, right? When you're punt team. Snap back to Troop. And they will let that roll. That's a nice roll by.
That's all right.
Good punt from the young man.
That was a good sequence of downs for South Carroll's defense.
Jake Gillis let that one roll. Yeah, I mean, it was good, about as good as you can make it out of that punt for Westminster. Pretty good roll, pretty good yards after the landing, and now it's 1st and 10, South Carroll.
I think our game's evolving into a game of territory.
I believe you are correct.
I think it's going to be real tough from the 50 in.
Tough sledding, as they say. 1st and 10 from the.
It's really hard when there's no snow.
Evans gives the handoff, trying to cut it back, and Westminster's doing a good job now, kind of closing up that line. And tough to run around Tim Johns there, number 77. That was Anthony Rodriguez, number 0. I think I heard his mom cheering there for him. He's a lot of guy to go around. You see him there, big 77. One of the big fellas up front for Westminster on that defensive line. So 2nd and long now behind the chains. Another run. I think they lost another yard. Back to the 20-yard line. That was Anthony Rodriguez again. And this is becoming now it's become a thing that Westminster's starting to really go after. South Carroll cannot get around that edge, at least not in this quarter, as we get near the midway point of the quarter.
Yeah, they're right now they're attacking the right side almost exclusively, but they just can't. They just, like you said, they just can't get around that edge. Well, what's happening? Really, the reason Westminster's defensive line is getting a good push, and that creates the line. It pushes the line of scrimmage back. It makes everything harder.
3rd and long. Evans going up top. He's overthrown his receiver, almost intercepted. Almost picked off by John Davia. No, excuse me, that's Xavier Howard, my bad, number 4. And that's going to be a punt for South Carroll. Evans has been just a little bit off on those deep balls.
Yes, he has. I mean,
yeah,
close,
right. They're not been terrible throws, but they have not connected with the receivers, and you're going to need those connections down the rest of the stretch of this game. And now Evans will be back in punt formation, and this looks like to be another good chance for Westminster to have great field position. Evans gets it away. Picked up by runners right around midfield.
You know, with as much running, rush attempts as we've had on both teams, it's been a very clean game, no turnovers.
No turnovers so far, that is correct. And not a lot of rushing yards to speak of.
I watched a game on Huddle. I can't remember which two teams it was. I've watched so many of them, and it was terrible. There must have been a dozen fumbles between the two teams.
Whoa.
It was terrible.
That's rough.
It was terrible.
Midfield, Westminster has the ball. This is a nice run here by Jack Hitchcock. Switches hands. It was a fake to Sprinkle on a bit of a jet sweep. And that was good yardage on first down for the Owls. Jack Hitchcock there, number 13. Junior for Westminster. Had a good lacrosse season last spring. Good athlete for the Owls. And second and about 4 now as they move the ball into South Carroll territory.
Oh, we're right on the sideline here. This is perfect.
Hitchcock going to go the other way now, and he gets around the left edge. Jack Hitchcock inside the 20, inside the 10, knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Well, they were so near to this side, Speedy, yet you almost said it, and they popped it around the left side. There was no one there.
Yeah.
Another big play for Westminster sets up 1st and goal for the Owls at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that was a 42-yard rush. That's huge in a game like this.
These points are going to be huge, yes.
We'll see if South Carroll can hold them to a field goal.
Pitch back, this is Comfer, and he's going to lose yards. Good job by South Carroll's defense there. Nice play by South Carroll. Armin Savidkohi, easy for me to say.
You're braver than I am.
One of the juniors, 6 foot 190. He was on that tackle, so was number 8. Landon Hamper, so yeah. Nice play by South Carroll's defense.
Huge.
Savidkohi, I got it now.
All right.
He deserves to have his name called after a nice play.
Yes, he does.
2nd and goal, back at about the 10. Slant pass a little high for Troop. And now it's 3rd and, well, it's 3rd and goal, but it's a 3rd and long goal out by the 10. Nicholas Pizzuto on the coverage there. I guess they're just inside the 10.
Yeah.
You're right, I'm sorry.
They're 9.5, looks like.
Yep.
Roughly.
About the 9. 3rd and goal. They were at the 1, so they lost about 8 yards on that last play before, and now you're facing 3rd and long, but you can, could be a 2-down territory here. Let's see. O'Connor drops back, throws it near the goal line, incomplete. Nice coverage there.
Yeah, that was good coverage. That was excellent.
Angelo Marchani, number 4. And now it's 4th and goal, and I think they're going to kick it. At least they're going to attempt to kick it. That's a pretty good stand for South Carroll.
Yes, it is, and that's a good call, I think, for Westminster.
Nice
That'll make it a 2-score game.
Right. Smart idea to kick the field goal. They were trying to get that to Sprinkle, and Marchani was right on it, right on his hip.
Yeah, it's that little comeback route. They'll drive into the end zone and come back to the pylon right at the goal line. Very difficult play to defend.
So this should be a 25-yard field goal attempt.
Just remember, this is a live ball.
It's low. It might have got tipped. No good. No good. I think South Carroll celebrating like he got tipped.
Yep.
And that's a big play from the Cavaliers.
Yep. South Carroll's defense held up again.
And it's still a one-possession game, 3:27 to go. So a nice job there. Yeah, couldn't quite see whether it did get tipped. There was kind of a loud cheer from the sideline there, and just made it seem like they might have deflected that. But either way, it was no good. And it goes through the end zone, so it is a touchback. So South Carolina gets the ball
so they get the ball
20.
to 20. So, wow, I mean, that's a huge turnaround.
Right. Here we go, 1st and 10. South Carroll avoids going down by 2 scores, 3:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's a handoff and a pretty good run there by Anthony Rodriguez.
Picked up a couple.
And we got a Westminster player down.
Cramp.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it's a cramp.
Down past the 20-yard line.
He's got one of his teammates working on it.
Yeah, you got to work on it.
I remember years and years and years ago, I was at Randallstown and we played here on a Friday night. 1st or 2nd game, hot, very hot evening. And there was one point where we had 3 players on our defense all down with cramps.
What'd you do?
It was like it was ugly.
They were all down on the field at once.
Oh yeah, just like I mean they were, it was just cramps. Everybody thought they were dying.
Sure.
Well, just cramped.
Early in the season, easy for us to say, right?
And it was hot, yeah. But we were used to playing. We didn't have to play night games.
Yeah,
so our kids, their eating habits were all screwed up.
Sure. It's a thing that coaches preach over and over and over again. You got to be ready to be hydrated, and you can tell the guys with blue in the face, and there's always a couple guys who are going to cramp.
And you have to know when to eat. I mean, that's a huge thing. Not only what to eat, but when to eat it.
Right?
Yeah.
When to hydrate.
Yep. It's important. Speaking of which.
Yeah, go ahead. You deserve it. We don't want you cramping up here.
Oh my gosh.
Please. So we're still working on one of the Owls players. I think you're right. It does appear to be a cramp.
Yeah.
Hopefully the young man's all right. They're going to get helped up to his feet.
They'll probably start again. They'll be, it's a miserable feeling.
It really is. Gabe Lee.
Did you ever get one at night?
I have. Wake you straight up in the middle of the night. You get it in your toe or you get it in your foot.
Oh, calf. Oh, that's the one that gets me.
Worse. Feels like you're getting stabbed. If someone shot you in the middle of the night.
Well, it's that big workout I did before I went to bed, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
All that TV watching.
Right?
All that TV watching on the couch.
Exactly. Where's the remote?
Second in about, cramped up. Second in about 7. That's another handoff for South Carroll, and a nice run.
That's a good little play there. Nice run. Is that another flag?
Yeah, I think they got South Carroll. There's a lot of contact between Gillis, 16, and Raheem Warfield. And I don't think they were going to call it until Gillis got up and either said something some more or it's right down here at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
We lost it on our screen. Oh, there's a flag in the middle, too.
Holding.
I think there's 2.
Oh, holding and personal foul.
Now, let's see. Maybe that flag was for the hold as well. But I'm going to see here. Chris Basler says we're backing him up. Whatever it is, we're backing him up.
Yeah.
Well, that run, that's a big play because that run was
that would have given
close to a first down, if not 3rd and inches.
3rd and short or a first down. Yeah,
absolutely. Got to keep your head in these games, right? Got to be cool.
So they are now. Yeah, there was a personal foul.
So that's the one they took. They took the.
Let's see what they do.
Took the personal foul.
They're trying to figure it out. I guess they're.
Where the ball was?
Yeah, the holding goes from the point of the hold, but the personal foul would go from
15,
the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so I think they're going to mark this back off. After the play was over, right? So it was a dead ball foul. All right, after the play foul.
Well, no, that's just 10 yards, so that's holding.
The white hat official said personal foul.
No, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's 15. Yep.
You tell him, Speedy. You were on it. You were on it. funny, this game, obviously people know it's on the calendar, and you got alums on both sides. I had some people talk to me about how they were going to watch the game. We got some Westminster alums in Baltimore City watching the game tonight. They were texting me earlier about it. We got some South Carroll alums. Yeah, it's always cool to bring the game.
It's a great crowd.
The game to the community. So
yeah, both stands are full. So I mean, it's a great crowd.
That was a get back near the line of scrimmage, but it'll still be 3rd and long after that run. Yeah, South Carroll traveled well, and Westminster always brings a good crowd. A lot of students over there to the left of us here in the booth.
Yeah, that saw a little shot.
Yeah, we got our fan cam down there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Looks like they're having a good time. I guess it's a blackout.
That might be the game plan tonight for Westminster's fans.
All right, I dressed for it.
Yeah, you dressed for it. That's right. I did not.
Winner's Mill.
Yeah, well, it looks like a highlighter. Purple highlighter. 3rd and about 12. Evans steps up to avoid it, and he can't hold on for long, and that's a tackle, sack in the backfield. And now South Carroll's defense flexing some muscle
coverage.
there.
Excellent coverage out of Westminster secondary.
Junior David Girding got up and celebrated a little bit there, but good pressure right up the middle there. 56, Ryan Dunn got that started. Let's see, yeah, he swarmed in, and really good job by Westminster's defense there.
Yep, front and back.
Now it's going to be another chance for the Owls to have good field position.
Yeah, it's tough punting right from the goal line.
Look how the defenses have stood up here in these last couple drives. That one's high. Ooh, dropped momentarily. That was very dangerous for Westminster, but Howard will hold on to the ball. That's scary. That's a scary feeling right there when he's hobbling off the field. Still good field position though for the Owls. Could have been a disaster there though if South Carroll falls on that if you're a Westminster fan.
For sure. Yeah, Howard was a little slow moving there.
Yeah, a little gimpy there.
Looked like his ankle maybe?
Yeah, then remember he'd come off earlier too with something else, so he's going through it right now, but nonetheless, the 38-yard line is the line of scrimmage of South Carroll, and Westminster has the ball again. Here's a busted play. It's going to go for a touchdown. Not a busted play, but a big hole to run through, I should say.
Wow. I'm going to see that again.
We'll see it again.
I was watching South Carroll's defense.
Kason Doan, number 15, a sophomore running back. No one touched him, Speedy. I don't think anybody touched him.
No, just his own.
He made one man kind of miss a little bit, and he was gone off to the races right up the gut. See some congratulations there for the young man, 10th grader. That was his first touch.
Oh, he'll remember that one.
And this extra point is, let's see. That one's no good.
No good. Oh, wide right again. So we're, 20-6, so it's 2 scores.
That was just a straight handoff.
Yeah, it was just like a zone right, inside zone right.
That was one play, one score right there. One play drive.
We haven't had many of those today.
We haven't had many of those. That's a good one. .101 left in the third quarter, and Westminster now has a 20-6 lead. So that was crazy. They almost cough up a miscue on the punt. They get it back. Howard falls on it. One play later, it's a long touchdown run for a 10th grader, Kason Doan, and that puts the Owls up 20-6. Kickoff now will bounce up near the goal line. That looks like number 8 for South Carroll, landed Hamper that time. A little dangerous there too near the goal line.
Sure was.
But the ball will be out past the 20-yard line for South Carroll's offense, and they're in desperate need here of just some ball control here. Even if it's not points maybe right away.
Yeah, they need to get back into a rhythm. Desperately.
They definitely want to get some points.
The last series, they tried to run right. Let's see if try something a little bit different this series of downs.
Yeah, it's just bad timing too for those passes that haven't really connected tonight for Caleb Evans. He could use a couple of those to kind of get the chains moving. But Westminster defense going to smell a little bit of blood in the water there. There's a nice screen pass.
That's
on first
a good
down.
call. Great call.
And Anthony Rodriguez makes a couple guys miss, stays on his feet. Well, that's a nice play. Anthony Rodriguez, just what South Carroll needed. Credit that young man for getting all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, another 40-yard flip the field.
No doubt about it. That's exactly what they needed.
Yes, it was.
42 seconds remaining, and the clock's going to run, but South Carroll is into Westminster territory. And they have time for another play here. Under 30 seconds to go. And
well, let's see if they can.
It wasn't of the long bomb variety, but it still counts for a lot of yards.
Sure does.
That's just what South Carroll's offense was looking for. Here's a handoff, and that's not.
I don't know why.
That play's not working right now for South Carroll.
No, they're just running right. The right side has just been too hard to move with Westminster's.
Manny Rodriguez, that'll be the final play of the quarter.
Yeah. Well, flip the field.
Flip the field, but South Carroll, Westminster's defense has done a great job in this second half, and more toward the end of the second quarter as well, of shutting down those runs, because South Carroll was moving the ball early in the drives. Third quarter is in the books. Westminster 20, South Carroll 6. 1 quarter to go. Field, like you said, Speedy, the field will flip, but South Carroll still has the ball. It'll be second and long, as you see the Owls here on the sideline with 1 quarter remaining for their first victory of 2024. It'll be their first county win as well. We got a lot of ball game left. South Carroll's only down 2 scores.
Yeah, a lot of stranger things have happened in 12 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. Just takes one big play, right?
That's right. You get one more like that one, another 40-yarder.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so fourth quarter about to begin. Second and 12-ish, 11-ish. I gotta fix the change here.
Yeah, get yourself together here, guys. There you go.
There we are. All right. Pass out here to the sideline. Ooh, big hit. But the pass was completed.
Yeah, that was an oucher.
That was an oucher. Brady Yeager, number 3.
Will the parents of Dylan Valdez please come to the press box? Your child is up here.
Well,
we got a player down, South Carroll player. That might be Yeager. I can't really see. I shouldn't say that right away, but it's right here in front of us.
Yeah, just can't see his jersey.
Yeah. I didn't see him in the huddle there, so it was a bit of a big stick there. See South Carroll with knees down on the field, getting some water. As one of their teammates is down, you see Westminster a little bit of a break here, the same. Yeah, Yeager took a big pop there. I think that is him. They're looking at him right here in front of us on the Westminster side, about the 39-yard line. Speedy, you're doing a good job here trying to man some of the out-of-town scores, and maybe can't confirm it yet, but it looks like Century won in convincing fashion over Smithsburg.
Yeah, it looks like it. Well, I'm not sure if it's...
Is that Max Preps we're looking at there?
This one is ScoreStream.
ScoreStream, I'm sorry. Yep, ScoreStream. And you CMSportsNet can tell you that Francis Scott Key leads Winters Mill 13-0 late in the third quarter. Winters Mill has the ball.
Come on, Big Mill.
Not that you're rooting for anybody here, but...
Dave Cunningham's the head coach.
Mater, that's right.
He's an alma mater. All right, there
Yeager's up. Yeah, he's going to get some help on the sideline. This is the first I've talked to you since last season. How fun was it for you to watch Winters Mill put together the best season they've ever had?
Oh, it was awesome. I was so happy for Matt and Gino, all the coaching staff, because they've gone through so many dry years there, and You know, it's it's not like what they were doing was the wrong stuff to be doing. Sometimes it's you know, you teach it, you work it, you practice it, and you rep it, and everything else. But it's still execution and how well the other team's playing. So it's it's not like a play where you're just going against yourself. Sure. You know, you're not only executing what you have to execute, but you also are going against somebody trying to stop you. So I was glad to finally see them have some success.
9 wins, the first playoff win in program history. Got to the state quarterfinals. 3rd and long. This pass is caught near sideline.
So 4th and short. 4th and maybe what, 1 or 2?
Jackson,
4th and 1.
Jackson Costos, a sophomore there with the
big
catch.
play here. 4th and 1.
We're into the 4th quarter here, so I'd be surprised if
no, they're not going to
the Cavaliers are not going to be going for this if they're on the other side of the 50.
Sure, well, they're down there at the 31-yard line. I mean, that's still, even if they turn it over right here, that's still a pretty long field for Westminster.
Plus, it's it's go territory with you're down 2 scores.
Yeah. Precisely.
4th, and we'll call it about 2 or 3. Just outside the 30-yard line. Evans in the shotgun. He's going to give it. I don't think Manny Rodriguez got it. He almost had a crack of that second effort, but he did not get it. And that's a turnover on downs, and a good job there by South Carroll's defense to hold.
That defensive line came through again.
Here's the replay. It looked like maybe after this initial contact that Rodriguez was going to bounce off.
Big 77
again.
again.
Tim Johns.
Yep.
And now Westminster will take over on offense. And now's where you want that ball control to really kick in, right?
Yep. Yeah, as a coach, you'd like to see about a 7-minute drive. Doesn't matter if it comes to fruition or not.
Right. That's what you want.
Yeah,
that's a good way to start it. Owls. The first down run by Cason Doan, number 15. First and 10, Westminster. Approaching 10 minutes to go in this ball game.
Good block.
Another nice run. This is Cason Doan again. Big Dave Gurton.
That big fullback and big number 75. Boy, I tell you what, they set that edge.
I was just going to say, and Gurting celebrated with a skip to my loo down the sideline there after he ran out of bounds. That was a nice play. And that's 33 is Drake Keogh.
I would have hated to have been that outside linebacker or corner that saw that coming at me. Yeah, that was a beautifully executed play.
2nd and 3, just at midfield. So Westminster, here's Doan again. Short yardage that time. And that's not a first down yet, so that's... we got somebody down, let's see.
It's the fullback.
Big lineman coming off.
Fullback.
Oh yeah, it's Keogh coming off the sideline there, 33. Got off on his own, so that's good. It's 3rd and short. So here we go, 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, that's another big play.
Yeah, Westminster needs to hang in there. Or South Carroll needs to hang in there. This would be a stop they would want.
Same play.
Toss back.
Yeah, that same play. Got the first.
Got the first down. Yep. Little power football there. Coming to the near sideline.
Yes, it is.
Cason Doan again. He's looked good here, the 10th grader.
Yeah, he's a quick young man.
First down at the 45-yard line of South Carroll. As we are 8.5 left. And Westminster trying to run the rest of this out, at least pick up a victory. Stop a 3-game losing streak, which dates back to last year. They lost in the playoffs to Manchester Valley here at Bowie Field. This is Doan again. Nice tackle. Good tackle there. Let's see who that was. Manny Rodriguez. Manny Rodriguez. A little extracurricular after the play, but that was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there by Manny Rodriguez, number 1. He's still playing hard.
Yes, he is.
For South Carroll. South Carroll's still playing hard.
Oh, really? Their defense is tough.
It's a different South Carroll than it was, just a year ago, even just a week ago. I know it was Linganore last week. It was 42-3, but
yeah,
different animal than Linganore and Westminster. And
I believe Linganore's beating Walkersville tonight, so Linganore's pretty darn good again.
Walkersville's also had a great start to the season.
Yes, they have.
They get Westminster next week.
Oh, really?
Oh, in and out. Yeah,
that's
here.
That's a tough here.
In and out of the hands of Braden Troop. That's incomplete. That stops the clock, and now it's 3rd and 10. Yeah, Walkersville at Westminster next week.
So they're back-to-back home games.
Yes, I believe so. Oh, now we got a flag. This will be a dead ball flag. It came from the South Carroll defensive backfield. Let's see what happens here. This is when you got to keep your composure, right?
Yeah, at first I thought maybe there was 12 men on the
field.
field.
Well, that could be 2.
But I don't count 12.
Okay, well.
Unless there was somebody snuck off.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Nope, it's unsportsmanlike.
Yep.
So that's somebody saying something, and
don't do that, boys.
Yeah, that's not what you need now late in this game like this. And moves the ball down to the 30-yard line, and South Carroll living on the edge here with 7:19 to go, down 2 scores.
Yeah, that didn't help right there, because they had him in a 3rd and long.
They did. 3rd and 10 now becomes 1st and 10. Not the right kind of math if you're South Carroll. This is Jack Hitchcock again. Down to the 25-yard line, 5 yards. You keep picking up 5 and 6 yards of carry. It's going to make this tough for South Carroll.
Yep, they're very methodical right now. They're playing with confidence on offense.
Over 100 yards rushing now as a team. Hitchcock and Doan both have 61 yards rushing. That was before that carry, I believe. So Hitchcock over 65 yards now. Right when they need it. This is what they needed. And let's see, call timeout? Yep, timeout Westminster.
Oh, must want to give everybody a rest.
Could be. 6:39 to go. That was Westminster's first. I believe that was the first timeout of either team this half, I think. And
I think you're right.
When they're facing about a 2nd and 5 when we come back.
Yeah, this is a gut check time now.
Just a reminder, next week, Speedy, we'll be at Liberty High School, a place you know pretty well.
Yeah, maybe I'll stop by and say
Francis Scott Key at Liberty on September 27th. We'll have pregame coverage for you at 6:15 and kickoff 6:30. You say you're stopping by, I'm going to have you in the booth with me, so you better be careful what you wish for.
Liberty's off to a rough start, but they're not bad. I've seen those guys on the
They've got a lot of talent back from last year.
Yes,
I'm a little surprised at their 0-2 start, but they got a tougher schedule too. They had Walkersville the first week.
Yes.
Boonesboro last week, and getting Manchester Valley this week to start their county play rather.
I'm betting that's a close game.
South Carroll trying to get guys on and off the field. They do it. This is a run again, staying inside. Nice tackle though by Marchetti, but not before Jack Hitchcock picks up the first down. And with every one of these runs, it's just another nail.
Well, back in the red zone.
Yep, another nail in that proverbial football coffin of South Carroll with 6.5 to go now and the clock running. You said it off the bat right in the beginning of our broadcast. The ball control of Westminster could be the factor. And yeah, there were some big plays tried by both sides, but this is when Westminster's at its best.
Yes.
Running the ball, moving the chains. I don't think O'Connor's thrown the ball on this drive, and he hasn't had to.
Very tight splits. It's all jammed in together, and it's just very consistent. Nice
another handoff to Doan again, and he is down inside the 10. This is going to be 1st and goal, and they're just going back and forth between Hitchcock and Doan. And it's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. The crowd giving it to given that he's a sophomore chant. He's had a long touchdown run, and he's
had a heck of a night.
60, 70 yards, 73 yards rushing for.
He might wind up as prom king.
The 10th grader.
Yeah, prom king.
Prom king. Wait a minute now, you take it easy. Don't put those expectations on the young man. Here he is again. Nice shoestring tackle, or else he was going in for a second touchdown.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes, indeed.
He's got a bunch of them tonight.
He sure does. The 2-yard gain officially. I think they're inside the 5, so it'll be a 2-yard pickup. This is just I don't think you're gonna see O'Connor throw it at all the rest of the way. Don't have to. You mentioned in that great year last year for Winters Mill, let's say Key gets off to a great start and just brings everybody back together again in the community and the football team.
Yes, it does.
I can remember an 8-2 team at Liberty years ago you guys had. It was fun to go watch games.
Yep. It's true.
It just does something to the communities, and it's Carroll County is.
That's still the beauty of high school football. It's still an attraction. It's still fun.
Just saw what it did for Westminster last year. We saw South Carroll do this a couple years ago. All the way to the state finals.
Oh yeah, that was a great year.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean, Westminster won 7 in a row last year. It really is fun to be a part of. We're happy to bring you Carroll County Athletic League football coverage as Westminster runs his clock down, and they're going to call a timeout here. I see Chris Bowser on the sideline right next to one of the referees. Getting ready for a timeout here on the side. There it is. That's the second timeout with 4:04 to go as he being Westminster's coach Chris Bowser, and the Owls face a 3rd and goal from about the 4-yard line. I'm impressed with the way Westminster's run the ball in the second half. They've done a really good job.
So.
After not doing much of it at all in the first half.
Yes.
Up to almost 150 yards rushing as a team. .404 remaining, 4th quarter. Stay tuned. We'll have post-game coverage for you. Speedy and I will talk about a little bit what we saw, and we will bring up one of the players as player of the game. So stick around after the final whistle and handshakes. We'll have a little more coverage for you on our CMSportsNet Game of the Week. So here we go. 3rd and goal coming up here.
Okay, big play.
Big play indeed. Could be the ice. We'll see if Westminster gets in the end zone. Hand off to Doan. He got close. I think he's at the 1. I'd say you go for it if you're Westminster. Clock running. 4th and goal at the 1. You've been running the ball so well. You go for it if you were on the sideline?
Yes.
You're shaking your head yes. I think that's a yes.
For sure. But now I'd be running quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Quarterback sneak. But see, they're never under center.
Right, so. He's in the pistol, right? He's got Doan on his left hip. He gives it to Doan, and ooh, they don't get it. Well, South Carroll. There's life left in South Carroll on that nice tackle there. Who was that, 52? I want to give credit to
that was a great stand.
I mean, they're at the 1-yard line.
It's a great stand.
52 for South Carroll. Wes Barger, a junior lineman. Good job by Wes Barger there to keep this game. Would have essentially been over with 3.5 minutes to go. Now they got a long way to go. They're looking at 98 yards. Yep. Looks like he actually lost a little bit of a yard there on that play. So good job by South Carroll's defense.
They kept them in the
game. They played well in this game.
Their defense is going to keep them in a lot of games. And those running backs and their quarterback, I think they've got some weapons on offense. They just weren't clicking tonight.
Running the ball
when they had to.
Yeah, you're right. Running the ball out past the 5-yard line to get a little bit of room. South Carroll's going to have to hurry this up a little bit. That was Anthony Rodriguez. Now we got another cramp. Looks like Westminster got down in the end zone. usually the one leg up 90 degrees from the bottom leg is a cramp.
Maybe that's a new signal. We just aren't aware of it. They might be teaching that. You know?
I hope not.
If I couldn't lift my leg like that, so I'd be in trouble. I'd just be laying there.
If you did, we knew you were cramping because that's the only reason you could do it.
Exactly.
Again, when you're hungry for that first win, a team like Westminster, they've come out here and really impressed us, I think, with the way
Yeah.
they struggled on offense a little bit in the first half, but they got things going, and their running game really has led them. Looks like it'll be a victory with 3:18 to go.
Yeah, I think what really, I think the boost of confidence they needed, they got in the first half from their quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that they came out in the second half knowing that, well, look, we were successful throwing the football, but we really don't have to throw the football. And they went back to their basics in what their identity is. And I think they're going to be a handful the rest of the year if their defense plays as good as it did. It continues to play like it's played. And I say the same thing for South Carroll.
Yeah, I would agree.
They're going to be a tough out.
They're going to be hard to take out.
Yep. You know, because they're not going to play too many teams bigger and more powerful than Westminster.
And the last 2 weeks, Langenor and Westminster.
Yes.
So,
yep.
Second and about 5. Evans is back to throw it. He's running for it, trying to evade the pressure, get out of bounds. I don't think he did. Oh, he did not. Yeah.
Nope.
He did get up near the 10-yard line. That's a long way to run. He's got a long way to go. And
he's running the clock.
He's a little bit tired there. You see him flip the ball back to the sideline judge. He's been under pressure here a little more in the second half, and
yes,
he's slow to get back to this huddle here, too. Actually, he's not going to get back to the huddle. He's going to get the play from the sideline.
Well, the hard thing for them this half is that when they've passed are downs that they had to pass, and that always makes it hard.
South Carroll trying to get guys on the field. Looks like they've got timeouts if they want to use them. .2:15 and counting.
Yeah, they're not in any hurry.
No, they're not. I guess they're just maybe working on some things and trying to move the chains here. 3rd and 5. Receiver in motion over the middle. Pass is dropped. In and out of the hands of Jake Gillis. Number 16 is a 10th grader. I think he had Landon Hamper in motion there on that play, number 8, but that's going to be incomplete. And right with 2 minutes to go, 4th down and 5, and you're probably going to go for it here for South Carroll, and you're down 2 scores. This is, in all intents and purposes, the game here if you don't get this first down.
Yeah, that's never a fun place to be.
No, it's not.
You know, when you're what to do in these situations like this.
And they lost one of their receivers. I did see a young man, Braden Yeager, leave on the cart, so I hope he's okay, but it didn't look too good here on the near sideline. Here we go, 4th and 5. Evans rolls this way. He throws down the sideline. Nice defense. Oh, flag comes out late. He was trying to get it to number 5. Braden Mazalewski. Instead, it's a flag. He almost dropped that in the bucket, did Evans?
Yes, he did.
Good defense. It looked to be good defense, but now there is a flag on the play.
It was tough for us to see down there on the sideline.
Yeah, the flag's right here at the 36-yard line. All right, so it was pass interference. It'll be a 1st and 10. And Chris Basler shaking his head, doesn't like that call. It was tricky for us to seed.
Yeah,
we right here in front of the sideline.
It's difficult.
Well, if you're Westminster, you hate it. If you're South Carroll, you'll take it. He gets the ball up past the.
What takes care of that decision is should I go for it?
It sure does. 1st and 10 now from the 31. Coach Bowser giving the sideline ref a little, oh, ball's on the ground, Evans falls on it. That's not what you wanted if you're South Carroll. We'll bring up 2nd down and be back behind the sticks again.
Yeah, it's tough.
1:40 to go and counting. Remember, stick with us. We'll have a post-game show for you and hopefully talk to one of the players of the game. There's a tough hit, incomplete pass there. That was a big hit right at impact. Trying to get it to Gillis again.
And all those in routes just,
they're tough.
Those slants, especially when the other team's kind of sitting on them.
Xavier Howard was in there, and number 9 for Westminster. Hayden Turner. Hadn't mentioned his name too much, but that was a nice play by the senior. And we got 3rd and long with 1:26 to go. Pressure, and down he goes. Isaiah Taylor, number 12. He is a sophomore, and Chris Basler during preseason couldn't say enough good things about Isaiah Taylor. Came from the Catonsville area, transferred in, and made a nice play around the side. That was just some speed and some strength right there.
Yeah, that was a great play. That was
10th grader. Again, we see some young guys out here in the field making plays.
That's a big-time play there.
On both teams. 4th and long, Evans is going to throw it up for grabs, and it's going to be picked off. Hayden Turner will take the interception, and that will seal it with 48 seconds to go. The Owls can take some knees here and celebrate their first victory. You see the coaches putting up the V for V victory formation. I don't think South Carroll will stop the clock, or if they can only do it twice. Hugs on the sideline. Westminster will go to 1-2. South Carroll will fall to 1-2. 0-1 in the county. The Owls will be 1-0 in county play. Doan and Jack Hitchcock, 150 yards for Westminster tonight on the ground. Huge gains for the junior and the sophomore, and they will not, looks like South Carroll will not stop it, so they don't need, I don't think.
Yeah, I think one more.
Yeah, one more, my bad, one more. This is gonna do it here, Speedy. The final play of this game. There's a knee by
there you go,
Rory O'Connor. Westminster, as the final seconds tick away, very excited to get that first victory, and they earned it tonight.
Yes,
Coach.
they did. They sure did. They're a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times it takes a game or two, even 3, to really figure out your identity. And I think they're a tough, hard-nosed defensive team. And a ball control, very, very, very gritty running offense. But that quarterback showed those flashes of being accurate.
No doubt.
And I tell you what, you put those things together, as long as they can always stay ahead of the yardage sticks in terms of short yardage versus long yardage plays, then they can run that play action and they're going to have their chances. So I think they're going to be a tough out the rest of the year.
The handshakes and the oldest rivalry in Carroll County here. The latest edition goes to Westminster. Final score: Owls 20, South Carroll Cavaliers 6, and it's a happy bunch of Owls as they head toward this blockhouse side of the scoreboard of the of the stadium.
Yeah, there's a happy group.
36-21 now, I think, in the all-time series, and Westminster happy there in our cameras. They like doing this. They did this a bunch last year on our games of the week, and they're happy. And they deserve it. They deserve to win. They deserve the celebration.
As long as nobody gets hurt falling over each other.
No cramps, right? No cramps. Some quick thoughts from you, Coach, before we look at some of the highlights and get into things. We're going to have some post-game interview here, in a moment. But your feelings on what you thought, how Westminster pulled away in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's what we talked about. Again, that ball control, the way they controlled the line of scrimmage, they stay within themselves, and no turnovers except for that last interception. So, I think Westminster did what they had to do to win the game, but I think South Carroll also proved, that defensively they can play up there with anybody.
And I think same goes with South Carroll. I think you're upset you lost this game. It's your rival. It's one of your rivals. You got a couple rivals in Carroll County.
I agree.
There are things to hang your hat on, I think, if you're the Cavaliers.
Not for sure.
The way their defense played.
No question. I think their defense is going to keep them in games.
I agree.
Entirely. And I think tonight they ran into a tough defense in Westminster.
And their offense.
And it stressed their offense just enough.
It did.
Missed those plays just
there you
a little bit.
That's what I was going to say. It was close. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights now from the matchup tonight between South Carroll and Westminster, the game that went to the Owls 20-6. And this was in that first half, and I was impressed with Rory O'Connor after struggling the first 2 weeks. When we saw the stats, 21 or 55. It's way under 50%. And tonight, he didn't have to throw too much in the second half, and we saw him connecting early on his receivers.
Yes, and consistently. I mean, the the one incompletion was a tip ball.
Yep. I think he wound up going 8 for 12 when it was all said and done for 100
the game.
yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, but in the first half, right, just the one incompletion. South Carroll had to go for it on 4th down a few times and decided to go for it. And again, just a little bit off. And you got to credit Westminster's defense for making things tough for Caleb Evans and company. They ran the ball well, though, South Carroll. They had a pretty good job here. You're going to see this run here. This is when they cut back the little jump stop there by Rodriguez. You were talking about the Rodriguez brothers before we started. How impressed were you with how they handled themselves and ran the ball for South Carroll?
Both sides of the ball.
Oh, that's right, on defense too. Yeah.
I mean, I think they're the heart and soul of the defense. Of the team. And very impressed with it. You know what I really like? It was a thing it hit me because when you brought up mentioned about a couple players for South Carroll on the defense, they went, oh yeah, it's another wrestler. I really, and I know they had a heck of a year. I mean,
they always do, but yes.
Yeah, it was just a phenomenal year last year, and I really like to see kids playing multiple sports.
Right. I know you always were a fan of that when you coached.
I tell you, I think that's the best thing they could be doing.
And there's Manny right there making a play, and he's laterally quick because of the wrestling. It has to be the wrestling has to help him. You like your big guys wrestlers at Liberty and Winners.
Oh, I think the kids are so much better served playing multiple sports.
Those big Timmy Johns there. We heard his mom in the stands cheering for him. He made life tough for South Carroll.
Yes, he did. And even though he may not be on the stat sheet a whole lot, he was pushing the pile. He was beating his man. He was forcing the play to move a little bit, maybe a hole to the outside or to the inside. And that was all his doing.
Clogging the gap a little bit.
Yes.
And this was Westminster had gotten down into near the 1 yard line, and South Carroll stopped it, and they actually missed a field goal. Of course, Casey Doan, though, broke it open after the punt. South Carroll got the ball back, didn't move it very far, punted, and Casey Doan found pay dirt. 30-plus yard touchdown there. Really kind of put the game mostly out of reach, and then they ran it down here and just really moved the ball very well down here. Didn't score on that drive at the very end of the game, but they milked a lot of clock. This is going to be that sack by Isaiah Taylor right there.
It's near the end of the game.
South Carroll was getting toward the end of the game there, and a heave here at the end was picked off by Turner, and that wrapped things up for Westminster. So it was a total team effort, I thought, for Westminster. Again, and think about it, they had the special teams play called back, so right off the bat they had the touchdown. And there you go. The passing yards didn't have to pass too much in the second half and ran it for 149 yards.
Yeah, and most of that was in the second half. And only 120 of them.
Correct, and only the one turnover, and it was the last throw of the game, which was essentially, just putting it up for grabs. So a pretty clean game, and the penalties went down in the second half. Here's your quarterbacks. Caleb Evans had the screen pass. It certainly helped him get up to the 78 yards, but how about Roy O'Connor? I think maybe it doesn't jump off the page, but 8 for 12 for 117 and 2 touchdowns after you really struggled in those first 2 games to kind of find your rhythm. That's going to be a big springboard, I would think, for the junior.
Oh, I just can't believe he did not play like a junior. Let's put it that way. I thought he looked very good.
His throws were tight,
and like we said, like it takes a while. It doesn't. You can't. Like coming out every year's a little bit different, and for your team to find their identity and some of your key players to find their stride, sometimes takes 2, 3, 4, even 5 games into a season. You never can tell. I like what I'm seeing out of you.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, look, you said you're going to be watching. You said you might come join us again for a game. I'd love to have you back.
Sure, I'd love to.
We always like talking football with you. Ken Speedy Johnson with us on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. We're going to say goodbye to Kenny, and we're going to bring in a player of the game after this quick break and a word from our sponsors. We're not going away just yet. There's more Game of the Week for you coming right up.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carryout, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
You can help shape the future. Attend the Kiwanis Youth Leadership Forum. Join us on October 1st at 6:30 p.m. in the Exploration Commons at the Westminster branch of the Carroll County Public Library for a community forum on youth leadership education. Learn from experienced professionals about the essential leadership skills young people need to succeed, including problem solving, communication, and teamwork. Investing in youth leadership education is vital for building a stronger community. It empowers young people to become active citizens, solve complex problems, and create positive change. Kiwanis has a proven track record of empowering young people to become positive forces in their communities. Join us to learn how you can contribute to this important work and help shape the future of our county. Kiwanis invites you to be part of this inspiring community event. Your participation will make a difference in the lives of young people.
Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CM SportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Hi, I'm Pat Stetzer. Each week, CM SportsNet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishments.
CM SportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes Bollinger Insurance and by Raising Cane's.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CM SportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
Brought to you by Farmers and Merchants Bank. CMSportsNet Player of the Game is brought to you by Genova's To Go and by Anne Arundel Dermatology.
Welcome back. CM SportsNet Game of the Week and the CM SportsNet Player of the Game, junior quarterback for Westminster, Rory O'Connor. Rory, congrats on the win. The first half, you only missed one pass, and it was a tipped pass out there in the flat.
Yes, sir.
And I know you didn't know this, but we were talking about this on the broadcast, how the completion percentage and the accuracy hasn't been the best the first two games. What's a game like tonight do for your confidence-wise?
Oh, it's a huge boost. We were talking all week, like making jokes up, like, come on, completion percentage, get it up. So take the easy throws that they give us, and then work down the field, and then take the shots when we have an opportunity.
You see the numbers, and they were 8 for 12 for 117 tonight, 2 touchdowns. The first 2 weeks, okay, 21 and 55 it's not good. You want it to be much better, but you got to dictate what the game dictates, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
You're throwing from behind in those games, trying to make some plays happen. It takes a few weeks to find this rhythm, right?
Yes,
This is what this whole preseason and first couple weeks are about.
100%. Yes. So last week and the week before, we were behind a little bit, but that's we had opportunities to come back in the game, and we have to take advantage of them. But now it's new week. We had South Carroll. We planned all week for a good opponent. So we planned all week, and then now stepping stone for Walkersville next week.
Your running game too really shined in the second half, particularly. You had a junior and a sophomore running the ball for you. How about Kaysen Doan getting in there and breaking that big one for you?
Yeah, 100%. He had a great game tonight. He stepped up in a role that all week he was getting like third team reps and everything like that. And then just knowing his play is getting in there, hitting the gaps, and shout out to the O-line too. They did a phenomenal job tonight.
Yeah, the big guys up front. I saw some guys celebrating on those end arounds and things like that. And I talked to you about this in August. You're replacing Kyrese Walker. He was a player of the year last year for us. Big shoes to fill, and you were pretty calm about just the fact that, hey, that Kyrese was Kyrese, and I'm Rory, and I'm going to do what I can to get the offense going. How do you think it's going the first month or so since you started in August?
Week one was a little bit of that was the nerves. That was the first game of a new team gelling together. But then I felt like we came together a little bit more, came from behind against Frederick, brought us up. But this week I feel like staple point, because it's been a lot of passing that we've been doing, but this week we established the run game, got it on the ground, and obviously scored a touchdown to Kaysen.
And also that all leads to, like you said, next week, you're going to celebrate this win, but you get Walkersville here at home, a good quality Frederick County opponent. You just had one last week in Frederick as well.
100%.
How excited are you guys to sort of now get that first one out of the way and hopefully get things going in the right direction?
That's what we're hoping for. Walkersville's they're going to be a phenomenal team, so we got to come out this week. We preached all week, practice 100% every day, and we had a great week of practice, and we get a win, and hopefully next week practice even better and get a win against Walkersville.
Well, the completion percentage is definitely going up this week. Thanks for that. Congrats on the great game,
you.
Rory O'Connor. I want to also thank Brian Tomes, the athletic director here at Westminster High School, for helping us put the broadcast together tonight. My thanks to Ken Johnson as well for joining me on the broadcast. Don't forget, next week, FSK at Liberty is our game. The CM SportsNet game of the week will be kicking off our pregame show at 6:15, kickoff at 6:30. Be sure to catch all of our sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website, cmsportsnet.com. You can also catch us on cable channel HD 1072, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I know Rory does, at CM SportsNet Action. For Rory O'Connor and Ken Johnson and Brian Tomes, everybody from Westminster, I'm Pat Stetzer saying thanks a lot. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.